Welcome back to Go and Preach. We're continuing our look at apologetics. And I want to just jump right in today. We're going to talk about the evidence of God in creation. I want you to consider for a moment that the evidence of our Creator can be clearly seen in creation, in the things that He has made. Romans 1 actually makes that very clear. Now consider, just imagine the probability or the possibility that a fully functioning 747 airplane would come together by the mere chance of a tornado ripping through a junkyard. What's the mathematical possibility that that would happen? We obviously, just intuitively, we know that doesn't happen. That's just simple logic. But yet scientists want us to believe that the universe, the earth, all of life came forth from a chaotic explosion. This is absolutely intellectually ridiculous. Imagine that I had a bunch of bottle caps. Let's say I had 25 bottle caps. If I take those bottle caps and I shake them in my hand and I throw them on the ground, what do you suppose is the possibility that it would spell out the words, I love you, or spell my name, or even just a heart configuration? Our minds know intuitively that is just simply ridiculous. It doesn't happen. Order does not come out of chaos. It just doesn't happen. Mark Cahill says it like this in his book called One Heartbeat Away. He says, if you placed all the pieces of a watch into a shoebox and shook it for 10 minutes, do you believe it would shake into a functioning watch? Of course not. What if you shook it for a year? Would a functioning watch then come out of the box? No. Say you were able to shake it for 5 billion years. Would you then have a functioning watch? There is no possible way for that to happen. See, this is what evolutionists try to do. They try to dupe you into believing that time increases the chances that something that's impossible to happen can happen. But it doesn't work. It doesn't matter how long you shake it. It doesn't matter how long the primordial soup existed. It does not increase the chances of something coming out of nothing. See, science cannot answer the question of where we came from. It doesn't have a good answer. So the evidence of God is clearly seen in creation. See, science actually disproves the possibility of evolution. We have something called the second law of thermodynamics. Newton, famous guy, brilliant. He explained to us, the second law of thermodynamics, that matter can neither be created nor destroyed. As you further dig into that, it also explains that the overall universe tends towards disorder and a word called entropy. In a closed system, entropy, things, they tend towards disorder and not towards order. Okay? So the evolution says the complete opposite, that we started in disorder and then we got better and more refined as time went on. But that defies the laws of physics, defies the laws of science. Amen. Now, did you know, we're moving on, did you know that the earth is the exact perfect distance away from the sun? If it was even the slightest bit closer to the earth, it would be so hot that it could not properly sustain human life. If the earth was any further away, we would all freeze. If the moon was just 1/5 closer to the earth, all the tides would wash over the continents. The way that the earth orbits the sun is mathematically precise, and the way that the stars stay in their courses so that we can mark the times and the seasons all point to a very intelligent designer who put things perfectly in order. It just doesn't make sense. None of this stuff makes sense from the accidental, random, chaotic view that an evolutionist wants us to believe. Now again, Mark Cahill, he wrote another book called One Thing You Can't Do in Heaven. I recommend you check out some of his books. His name is Mark Cahill, Cahill. He says this, every time you see a shirt, you know it has a creator. Every time you see a watch, you know it has a designer. Every time you see art, you know there is an artist. Every time you see order, like 20 Coke cups in a row, you know there is an orderer. When you look around the universe, what do you see? You see creation, design, art, and order. If every other thing has a creator, a designer, an artist, and an order behind it, why would you not think that there is a creator, a designer, an artist, and an orderer behind the universe? Now, this stuff is just common sense. This is simple logic. This is something that a child can readily believe and understand. But it seems like the more education we get, the dumber we become. Amen. Now, here's just a simple thing. This is what I like to do. I like to talk to people on the streets about Jesus and have conversations with random people. And they want to talk about evolution and they want to talk about design and all that. Very simple demonstration that I can do. Look at this picture behind me. There's an ark. Okay? If you look at that picture, I can look at that and say, how do I know that has an architect or a builder? How can I tell? Do I need to know who it is? Do I need to know the builder? Do I need to see the design plans to know? No. It's actually very simple. I know that somebody built it just by looking at it. Right? We all know this intuitively. It's just so natural. It's just simple logic. When I look at the Empire State Building, I know beyond a shadow of any doubt that did not just randomly come together because a tornado came through a brickyard, okay? Isn't that clear? Simple, obvious logic. Perfect order in our universe. Now, one of these famous guys, Josh McDowell, he has a good book too. He has a number of good books. But one of the things that he talks about is what they call the razor's edge. Have you ever heard of the razor's edge? There are a number of things that have to be absolutely precise and perfect on this planet just to make life possible. Now, I wish I had it, but we've got, the razor's edge. You can look this up online if you want, but many of the laws that govern the universe and create habitable conditions here on Earth are so precise, we can say that they are balanced on a razor's edge. Thank you for tuning in with us right here on Go and Preach. Would you come back next time as we finish up this same topic next time right here on Go and Preach?